Hey, so my brother put up a video. I guess I have been getting lazy. So that means I have to put up a video, clearly. I mean, I don't have to. I choose to. And I have to get more consistent with this. I'm now going to say something that is probably the most honest thing I will say. These are never going to be on an expectable basis. It's literally just going to be when I feel like making a video. It currently is about midnight. Let me quick check. I'm right by my computer. It's 11:19, so it's late, but I stay up this late almost every single day. By the way, I've been playing video games. I guess I should update you. The reason that my videos were not made when I wanted to, because I've been having like a second Christmas. Well, it's really better than a Christmas. It's like a nerd's Christmas. If you can imagine what a nerd's Christmas would look like. Like, I don't even know. What? It's like Tony Stark just giving you presents, I guess. Or some superhero. Any superhero. So you notice I'm still just as lazy. Still haven't shaved. I call it laziness. People have asked me, like, what is that on your face? I'm like, it's laziness. Pretty much. It looks bad. I don't care. I really don't go anywhere. I stay at home all day. I'm still waiting for work. I've applied to a whole ton of places. And I don't know. But back to why there hasn't been a video, because I've got it all right here. I'm in my basement. I know you haven't seen this couch before. This is the couch that's been in our basement. It used to be Steve's couch. I'm pretty sure if he watches this video, he will comment that it is still his couch. Steve is Ben's friend, so Ben can go more into who Steve is. Either way, there was a time where we pretty much put out a plate for him every day, even though we had no clue whether he was coming, because we just came that often. We just put out a plate for him at dinner, just expecting him. That's how often he came to our house. He would sleep over all the time, and this is the couch he slept in. Either way, this is in our basement, what was going to be our game room, and I think it was our game room for a while there. We brought the PlayStation down here. I'm talking about the original PlayStation. The PlayStation 1, and then we got a PlayStation 2, then we got a PlayStation 2 Slim. And this was my childhood, essentially. The Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Grand Theft Auto 3 was the only Grand Theft Auto our parents would let us buy. What else was there? ATV Off-Road Fury 2, 3, and 5. Skip 4, I think. Can't remember. What else did I play? There was a game that's still making new copies of it's like an Asian game. I'm brain farting right now. I can't see it from here. It's a fighting game. It's I can't remember. One of my brothers might. Either way, so I'm in my basement. The reason is because I got my bonus over a week ago. Yes, my friend was messaging me a week from Thursday. So like, if I hit Thursday 2 weeks ago, so almost 2 weeks ago, he was messaging me asking me if I wanted to go snowboarding Friday. That Friday, because he knows I snowboard. Yes, and I was like, dude, I'm out of money. Because at that point, I literally was. I was like, I had $11 left, completely out of money. And then so I wake up Friday morning. He said he was gonna figure something out. Wake up Friday morning, check my bank account, and I see $5,600. Now, where did I get $5,600? My bonus from the Army came in. I got a $15,000 bonus, cut that in half, $7,500, take out taxes, it comes out to about $5,600. Because there's a saying in the Army, they give you $100 and take back 99. Yeah, they take almost, too much of my money. Either way, it's still $5,600. Now, I had a plan for that money. That money would go to a new gaming computer. So, I went snowboarding with him Friday, since I was able to pay. Had a blast. Oh my gosh, I haven't been snowboarding in so long. They didn't have that many jumps out though, so like, they had like a couple small ones, and I can't handle the big ones. I mean, I can, but I tend to get overexcited, and then I go too fast, and if you go too fast on the big ones, then you can tell them what happens, because you got it worse than I did. Those of you who do snowboard or ski, you know what happens. It's not fun. So I don't want that to happen, so I stick to the small ones where I'm only getting like 5-10 feet of air, which I'm cool with. And I'm getting used to it. I've only been snowboarding for 2 years now, and oh, my snowboard is beautiful. I love it. And a lot of people actually like my snowboard, since it's a Solomon Sabotage. It's a red. It's beautiful. I love it. Spent a lot of money on that. Either way, so that Saturday, I ordered a brand new computer, and I got extra things for it. I got a new screen. I got a speaker system. And yeah, so it's right here. I'm gonna show it to you guys because it's my baby. Okay, so let me see. I gotta aim a camera. Okay, so here's the screen. I got dual screens right now. This is the new. Yeah. Okay. Screen. Dual screens. That's the new speaker system. I'm secretly like watching this, and so I don't have the case for it yet. Because it's on back order. Trust me, the case is gonna look awesome. But so let me see if I can show you what I got. It's hard because I know where the camera is, but okay. So here's the power supply. That's the power supply. That's my bunny. Call him Chewy. Smile for the camera. Upside down. Okay. First off, I apologize for all the wacky wavy areas. I'm just gonna try. Okay, that's my bunny. I apologize for that one. I wasn't thinking about which way I was holding the camera. I was kind of just like twisting my hand. Okay, that's my bunny. This is the motherboard all plugged in. That's the power supply. Okay. Motherboard. I've got two graphics cards. One's a gaming graphics card, one's a regular one. They're both pretty much the same thing. The gaming one just gives me enhanced. The reason I got two different ones was because I bought this one first, and then I noticed that this one was better. So, and it was cheaper. So I got this one second. It doesn't really matter that much. I've got the SLI support, so these two are actually working together right now. I got a water cooling system. Okay, let me see if I can show you this. Water cooling system. The water comes from this. So these fans cool down the water and rotate it over the processor. It's an Intel i7 core processor, the newest one, the 6th gen. And it's got overclock technology, which this motherboard can also overclock. So that means I'm getting even more power out of it. I've got 32 gigs of RAM right here. These RAM cards. There's 4 8 gigs. I'm probably gonna upgrade that eventually to 416 to get 64 gigs of RAM. I'm also gonna get I'm gonna replace this graphics card and get 3 more of this one. And then have 4-way SLI support. I've got the 2-way one, so I'll have to buy and then lastly, what was lastly? I'm just making sure I got everything. Lastly is the hard drive. It's 3 terabyte hard drive. It's beautiful, and I can get more. So when the case gets here, I'll show you that because the case is absolutely beautiful. You'll notice I have a candle because Chewy smells. So candles. I actually went to the store and bought a whole ton of candles because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in here. I've only tried this one, which is pineapple cilantro. I really liked it. The one that's currently running is lilac blossoms. That's because my mom loves that smell. I got it. I figured if she ever walked in here, she'd enjoy it. And then I have Berrylicious and Midsummer's Night. Midsummer's Night because the person at the store said it was one of the strongest, and Berrylicious because I like berries. I tried to stick more towards food because I like food. So that's my new system, and that's why there hasn't been videos lately because I've been focusing mainly on that. I've had problems with Windows 10. I ended up having to pay for Windows 10 twice because I don't like their system. But things happen. I also got new board games, and so I've just been kind of going on a shopping spree, blowing all my money. I tend to do that, but I do have some of it in savings. I put $1,000 in an emergency account and $1,000 in a regular savings account. So for those of you who know that the emergency account was baby step number 1 in Dave Ramsey's thing. I have a book that I've been reading. So yeah, I've got the computer's working, so I've got it down in the basement because I don't have the case yet. When I get the case, I can bring it upstairs and I'll be fine. With a water cooling system, for those of you who don't know, water cooling systems are the best. They are silent. I turn on my computer and I barely even hear the computer. Yesterday it was up in our dining room, so my parents barely even knew it was running, even though it was like running all day. It's got some cool features that I really like, and I'm so excited to have it. I can run every single game imaginable on max settings. Believe me, I've tried. I can run Total War Attila on max settings. For you game nerds out there. Okay. So that's what's been happening. So I apologize for not getting out the videos I wanted to. I think from what I've heard from different people, a lot of you do not know really much about me. So I can make these videos as much as I want, but you won't really understand why I believe the things I do. First thing I want to say is what I believe comes from a long and hard road that I had to walk. It scared me, and it's hard for me to think about just what I've essentially put myself through, because none of what I went through I had to go through. It was all things that I put myself through, and it's not as serious as you might think. It's more mental, what I went through, than physical, like me doing something stupid like smoking or drugs or any of that jazz. It was more of a mental problem that I struggled with. If you want the story on that, I'm thinking about putting a video out of just a full-out story of my background, obviously leaving people's names out of it because I really don't. There are a lot of people I hurt in my life that I'm not happy about, and I don't want to hurt them anymore by talking about them. So obviously I won't be talking about names, and I'll be very vague in certain things, but you'll get a general idea of what I've gone through. If you want a video of that, when that'll go out, I don't know. Obviously, you can tell I'm not very consistent with my videos. But what I want to talk about now is what I stand for, which is a result of what I've gone through. Some people think that the things I talk about, the things I say people should do, is what I stand for and rules that I can't break. And that's not true. What I talk about and what I recommend and what I say people should do is what I've just things I wish I did, but situations put me. Sometimes it was just the situation wasn't right to do that, and sometimes I just didn't want to do that because of who I am. Had I done that, it might have gone better, but still the issues I'm dealing with, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference. I'm gonna tell you what I stand for, like what essential rules I have that I can't break, that I don't break, no matter how badly I want to. First and foremost, I will never let anyone or anything change who I am. A lot of people, the best example of that is the school system. I refuse to work by the school's ways. Most teachers I had expected me to take notes in class. I never did. I couldn't take notes. If I take notes, I don't learn. Because I don't think about the words I'm writing, and I'm definitely not going to go read them when I go home. I'm not going to go read my notes. I don't like reading about pointless stuff, which, in my opinion, most stuff you learn in high school is pointless. Only thing that's not pointless is most of the classes I took my senior year. That's what I would say. Only thing that's not pointless. So I never took notes in class. When our teachers had us write essays, you know how teachers make you write essays over like 3 months? I wrote it the night before. I didn't do any of the pre-writing. When they would tell me to write a draft, I would write down one word just to get them off my case. And then either the night before or the morning of, I would wake up, I would just write. And I would get B's and A's. I remember in my junior year, I wrote an essay that was the morning of. It was less than required amount, but I got 100 on it. It was a perfect essay. Well, no, correction. I should have gotten 100. The only reason I didn't get 100 is because I didn't cite enough sources. In my opinion, the teacher pretty much told me it was a perfect essay. Had I found one more source to cite, it would have been beautiful. And the reason it was so perfect was because I talked about something that even she didn't know about. When you teach the teacher, that's when you've written a good essay. And that's the thing. Okay, so I will never let anyone change who I am. The second thing is, there are a lot of things. Sorry, I gotta think. It's all there. I just have to, process, because I have different types of rules. I will always play video games. Every day. I think video games are actually healthy for you, contrary to popular belief. Are the screens good for you? No. I have a screen. My screen has an eye saver mode that it's on most of the time. I only switched it off because the game I was playing, like, you couldn't tell what was happening if it was in eye saver mode. And I'm also working on getting a really good projector, so that because when light is projecting at your eyes, it's really bad for your eyes. So if you get a projector, you're actually looking at reflected light, which is what your eyes are used to looking at. That's why it's bad to look at the sun, because your eyes aren't used to looking at projected light. They're used to looking at reflected light. Everything around us is reflected light, except for, well, lights. So that's it. Computer screens, phone screens, everything's really bad for your eyes. My brightness on my phone is all the way down all the time. Anyways, I think video games are healthy for people. Suicide's not a joke. I will not let anyone joke about suicide around me. People think that there are good jokes that people could tend to laugh at about suicide. I don't let people I will stop them or I will get really upset with them, because suicide is not a joke. It is something I fight for strongly. Something that a lot of people need to focus more on. Those of you from West Milford High School know I stood up. I got in front of the Board of Education and yelled at them for what they were doing because they weren't helping the incoming freshmen who are expecting high school to be this great place. And then it's not anything they expected, and they hate themselves. And they draw to suicide. So suicide's not a joke. And is probably the one thing I will fight until the day I die. Two, I'm a crazy person, and you just have to live with me. If you're my friend, if you have a problem with the way I do things, tough. And that leads me into my next thing. I am a harsh person. I will tell you the brutal truth, whether you want to hear it or not. You can ask one of my close friends. In fact, one of my videos was in straight response to one of my friends just making a dumb mistake. And I tell it the way I see it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you because everyone else is. So I tell you the harsh truth because if you don't hear it, you're never going to see your problems. And it gets me in trouble. I'm not going to say that I've gotten scot-free with telling everybody the harsh truth. But I don't care about that. That's not why I understand exactly what I'm saying and exactly how you're going to take it. It's a harsh truth. I know. And I know you're going to hate me for saying it. But it makes you do something about it. Which is more than the normal way of dealing with it will. Because there are a lot of ways I could go about situations, yeah. But everyone's going to sugarcoat you saying you're doing a good job and all this, and I'm not. Because that's not what you need to hear. That's not. Look at the Bible. Look at all letters. Paul's letters, all the letters in the Bible. Every single one of them is just telling Christians they're idiots. What are you doing? It's harsh truths that gets things to happen, whether we like it or not. And if no one's willing to say it, then hey, I'm your guy. And that's one thing about me that will never change. I will always tell you the harsh truth, even if you're not expecting it. My friends talk to me about things like just normal stuff, like what's going on in their lives, and they don't understand that they're gonna brush things to the side, and I see it when they're gonna see I do this, but this is happening. Well, I look at it, I do this. Like, I don't care about this. That's great. You can show me all the flowers in your life, but I'm going to see all the thorns. And so I will tell people the harsh truth. Because that's what God calls me to do. It's the same reason I got in front of my school. And just yelled at them. Legitimately, I was yelling at them. I was calling them out on all the mistakes they were making. And when the principal came, after that meeting, the principal worked with me, and he kept saying, no, we can't do that. I'm like, I don't care. This is what needs to be done. If you're going to be dumb enough to sit there and let the students kill themselves, go ahead. But if you want to do something about it, oh, my screen's just turned off, so that's why it got darker. If you want to do something about it and actually be remembered about something, listen to what I have to say, because I know more than you. I don't lie. Is that hard to believe? Absolutely, and I can understand your disbelief. Let me turn my screens back on, because I like the brightness it brings to my face. There we go. I know it is hard to believe that I don't lie, but I don't. I deceive. I will not say I don't deceive. I'm very good at deceiving, but I deceive people with the truth, or I deceive them with less than the truth. Now, I'm guessing you could say that less than the truth is not the truth, therefore you're lying, which there is an argument to that. But say I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I get a coffee and a donut. If someone asks me what I got at Dunkin' Donuts, I can say I got a coffee. Now, if they said, what all did you get at Dunkin' Donuts, then I would have to say, I got a coffee and a donut. But if they just asked me what I got at Dunkin' Donuts, I could just tell them a coffee. Without lying. I'm not lying, because I did get a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, or I could tell them a donut. I did get a donut at Dunkin' Donuts. By the way, Dunkin' Donuts spells donuts wrong, and, technically it's not spelled wrong anymore, because dictionary added that spelling to the dictionary as another way to spell donuts, but the original spelling of donuts is D-O-U-G-H-T-U-N-S. Just so you know, because it's dough, nuts. I don't know why they call them nuts, but it's dough and nuts. Because you're nuts for dough, I guess. I don't know. Either way, so that's one thing. I do not lie. And there are a lot of you that are going to disbelieve that, and I'm okay with that. I understand that is something that's hard to believe. And if you don't want to believe that I don't lie, go ahead, call me a liar. That's cool. So the last rules that I can really think of at the moment are my relationship rules. I have rules that after a lot of bad decisions I came up with, that I've been able to follow. And one of the rules is no loopholes. Just because I'm pretty good at finding loopholes. But the first one is they have to, whoever I'm dating has to be mature enough. When I was in high school, I couldn't date a freshman. I would hold the same for college. It's really just like no 3-year gap, like no 3-year gaps right now. Right now I have a girlfriend, and she's a year younger than me, so almost exactly. We were both born in June, so, which is cool. They have to be a Christian. They have to be willing to meet, they have to be willing to meet my pastor and speak with him. And they have to be able to live with me. And, they have to be able to accept that I am who I am and I'm not going to change for them. Can they get me out of bad habits? Yes. And my girlfriend has done that, gotten me out of a couple bad habits. And they have to know where my line is. Because I'll have 2 lines. One is the one that I am absolutely unwilling to cross under any circumstance. I will not cross it. I will not do it. And that is, I will not have sex before marriage. I can't do it. And the second one is where morally, when I'm thinking about it morally, when I'm trying to be a moral person, that's where my line is. And I'm not going to say where that line is because a little awkward. But, and whoever I'm dating has to know where that line is. And not let me cross it. Because I will try. So, that's about it. that's who I am. Hopefully I get more videos out. If you want a video of my past, of me telling the story of my past, it's an interesting story, and I'm very open about it. Obviously I would make it a lot vaguer. When I tell it to people in person, I'm willing to share more details, but that's because it's in person and it's not public. This is completely public. I leave it open for anyone to watch. So, I apologize for 1, the long video, 2, not posting videos when I said I would, and 3, not being able to post videos on a consistent basis, because that's not going to happen from here on out. And to all those I hurt, I'm really sorry. And I'm really sorry that, I'm really sorry that there isn't a way to amend it. So, I have a challenge for you. For those of you who know me, because people will tell me I'm a good kid, and I will tell them, don't say that, because I don't like to think of myself as a good kid. I just like to think of myself as someone doing something different. And I hurt so many people in the way I live, but I'm not doing it because I want to hurt them. I'm doing it because God's telling me to. Because in the long run, everyone I've hurt has turned from what they were doing. And if it takes me hurting them, I mean, I'm not saying I go out and try to hurt them. But if me hurting them was the cause for that, then that's, in my eyes, righteous. So, I want you to post in the comments. I want everyone who watches this video to post telling me why I'm a good person. Because I don't know. I can't give you a reason. I can't prove to you that I'm a good person. And sometimes I struggle with the thought, is what I'm doing right? Is what I'm doing really what God's calling me to do? So, I want you to tell me why I'm a good person. Because I can't prove it to you. So, you have to. The reason for this is because there's people out there that have a reason why I'm a good person, and there's people out there that need a reason to see me as a good person. And I can't give it because I have none. And why would you trust it from my lips? So